Okay guys, in this video we're going to try and see if we can give you some tips on how to make the most of Mirio. So we're going to see exactly what kind of things you should be doing when dealing with this guy. How you're going to want to hit some things. So commentaries are going to be too quirky, at least for this match, because I'm going to be focusing on trying to get you guys up to scratch on Mirio, or at least better than where you currently are. If this video can even help you just a tiny bit, that would be good for me and better for you. So we're gonna go from there and see you know, if I can guide you guys into landing that alpha a bit more. That seems to be the biggest thing for a lot of people, landing the alpha. That'll probably be, you know, one of the primary focuses, but general approach as well. Psycho. I knew that was coming. Nearly got him there. Does he know? He does now. That would have hit him. Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. Hit him with the gamma, because someone coming in. Oh, he hit me first with his. Down. Alright, so when it comes to his alpha, pretty much what you want to, that was a pretty decent guy as well, I won't lie. You pretty much want to put the focus on trying to hit where they're about to be. It's very hard to do because this game doesn't give you too much leeway with your alpha. You need to be pretty spot on. But essentially what you're looking to do is, if they're moving, say if they're running to the left, when you're aiming your alpha, especially the charged one, you want to try and put it a bit to the left of where they currently are in the middle of that run. So say like they're running along the screen like that. Instead of you trying to hit them, if you try to hit them where they are at the very moment, they're going to just keep on going past you. So what you're going to want to try and do is effectively fling yourself where you think they're about to be within like the next second. So you have to like read their movement pattern and go from there. Sometimes you can combo a punch after that, it just depends on like what's happening. Oh, that was filthy. Filthy stuff there. Thank you. Good lad. So the alpha, again, you just kind of want to hit it where you think they're going to be. When you see other Mirios do that, try to just go underneath them. Like I said, the more mobile a character is, the harder it's going to be for you to hit them with Mirio, just because of, you know, the nature of it. Oh, that zone is going to fry him alive. Bang, 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 bang. Sometimes it's not even about trying to hit them when they're too mobile, but more about trying to hit them when they're least expecting it. And remember, that gamma does come out pretty quick, so when people are trying to, you know, latch their way toward you, that's also a good time to use that move in particular, because people are going to be coming towards you. Said WTF, what happened? What the fuck? I don't know what he's talking about, but I imagine it was something that surprised him. There's another one. Normally if I feel like I have someone by surprise, I'll go for the charged up one, or if I'm trying to like counter a move of theirs. Like you see a lot of people, they stop moving or they move slower. Did you notice that? A lot of people, when they're attacking you, they stop moving or they move slower. That's pretty much like your time to charge that attack up, because you're gonna go through their move. By the way, look, punch, punch, and you can put that. It didn't work completely, but it worked like well enough. So I'll try to get that again if I can. So I mean, this, even for me, this is a bit of a funny one. You know, it's just the way it is. Like I said, when you play Lemillion, you're basically just gonna have to accept that things aren't gonna go your way a lot of the time. Like, that's just comes with the territory. So it's gonna be rough, but it's just about trying to deal with the roughness as much as you can. Like I said, even me, who like knows sort of what to do with him, following the right advice, because that hitbox is so stingy, it's gonna be difficult either way. So I mean, like, got that completely, but I still didn't get my finished one. So the one without any charge up. Wow, he did not have any hesitation there. Kind of just want to get him out of there, like that. Yeah, you are not getting it. This was a really hectic match to choose a time to try and tell you guys how to do this character. See, like, again, it's just trying to read your opponents, try to see where they're going. It's hard to do this specific thing against Lemillion. Purely, you can even go through Lemillion's bubble, by the way, purely because he can interrupt your attempt. But yeah. I'm gonna do another match after this, and I'm gonna try and explain stuff more. Probably over a game that isn't happening live. That way it'll be a bit easier for me to tell you guys what I'm trying to tell you without dealing with craziness. Like I said, try to connect with your alphas when people slow down. The further away you are, the more you're gonna want to do the charged alpha. The closer you are, the more you're gonna want to do the normal alpha. And there are some mix-ups you can do. So you can do like, oh wait, it's not going to do a combo if I don't have somebody to hit. Okay, don't worry. After this video, I'll show you guys some other stuff. But this was a good match for you to watch anyway, just so you can kind of see what it looks like when things don't go your way and when things do go your way in a match that is, you know, difficult. And by difficult, I mean, you know, frantic, like a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. Lemillion isn't OP, but he's also probably like the guy that will take you the longest to 1v3 at the end of a match, just because of everything he does. We had the same idea. Oh well. Okay, I think he did. I think he went to his mode there. Hello. Alright, there you go, job done. Not a bad game at all. Shout out to Xenoverse and Kex Otaku. Held it down well. Yeah, we won't linger here too long. We'll look at some stuff in training, I think. Just to give you guys some ideas. and then we'll have a match where I'll speak over it after the fact, so I can explain to you guys a bit more clearly as to what you should be doing. Okay, just going to show you guys a few quick things in training here, just so you can update your repertoire of moves that you're able to do as Mirio. This is not going to be super in-depth. Again, this is just a few little tricks that you can use. I'm not a combo head, so again, take these with a grain of salt. Some situations they may work, some they won't, but here they are. Here's one, basic combo twice, straight into the alpha. A lot of the times, they're not going to be able to react to that or see it coming. Another one you can do is 2 alphas, and then you mash into the beta like that, and you can use your gamma right after it, so that might be something that you have an interest in doing. And of course, I'm not sure if it'll work, we'll try it. Yeah, probably not going to be able to get the gamma up in time for that. But yeah, just another thing for you to think about. You can do punch, punch, gamma like that. That's another one. Again, I'm not really too, you know, focused on if they have shield, is it true, all of that stuff. I don't really know. I don't really care. These are just things for you to keep in mind, for you to try in your own time, for you to add to your own game. If you want more in-depth combo stuff, I'm sure there's going to be other people to do that for you. Anything else I can think of at the top of my head? Another one as well. Let me just get him over there. If you knock them off of something with this... Ah, he went the wrong way. Alright, let me try that again. Son of a gun. Let me try that one more time. Come on! You can do something like that. So if you catch someone, you know, off the top of a building or somewhere with a, you know, relatively sizable drop, once you hit that beta to surprise them, you can then go into... Oh look, it worked like that as well. I guess it really just kind of does depend. So again, I don't know the ins and outs. I couldn't tell you the secrets of the universe concerning Mirio, but again, just things for you to think about, things for you to add to your game, things for you to perfect, and see how you can add them to your game and where they may work and where they won't. So yeah, that should hopefully give you guys just a few ideas to get you in the right direction for Mirio. And now let's go into a game where we analyze some stuff. Okay, so we're going to have a look at some certain parts within this match to explain to you why I do certain things as Mirio, what you guys should be looking to do as well, and you know, how you can implement some of those moves that I showed you in the training as well. So again, when it comes to aiming your alpha, I like to charge it up because it just gives you that bit of, you know, stability, and then you can hit someone really hard, and if you're lucky enough, you'll hit more than one person in a row. So really, I probably should have gotten that one, but, you know, Mirio's in that kind of way right now. So right here, when I'm aiming for this deku, you notice how, as I'm charging it up, I'm sort of moving my reticule to where I think his movement's going to take him at the point of my ejection. So when I am going to fly off for that alpha is where I want my reticule to be, where I think that the opponent is going to be at that time. The reason why a lot of you guys are missing your alpha, aside from the fact that the hitbox is very strict, is because you guys are trying to hit someone while they're in motion, but your reticule is where they currently are, rather than a little bit ahead of where they're about to be. So you're trying to hit someone as they're moving, and what's going to happen is, as you go for that hit, by the time that you hit that mark, they would have moved from that spot, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to follow the movement of this deku. Now remember, distance is going to matter. Because I'm closer to him, I can be less accurate with, you know, where exactly I need to be. But if I'm further away, then that means more distance needs to be covered before I reach him. So take that into account as well. So you see the way I landed that. I'll just let it play out completely. Now again, this match I'm showing you here isn't for me to entertain you guys. This is for me to try and, you know, inform you guys on some stuff to hopefully make you better with Mirio. So again, you're going to see, I'm going to follow the reticule all the way. Boom. And then I let it go at the point of, you know, where it's time for me to go. And he's where I think he's going to be. And I not only hit him, but I hit the Aizawa as well. Now it's always good to keep a hold of your beta, because sometimes if you're playing, facing people like Derby, Aizawa, Cementos, on wake up or as these guys land, a lot of them are going to have moves that are surface area attacks. So they like to create a space around them where you can't really do anything. But with Mirio's beta, you can counter that. So I had a feeling this guy was going to do something like that. So as he was getting ready to, get into that stuff, I activate the beta. If he doesn't do that, I still have the advantage because I can move around him unseen and try to attack him. But because he doesn't move where he plants himself in place, similar to a Derby Circle of Fire, similar to a Cementos like wall on the ground, similar to who else has got a similar thing? Maybe like a Mount Lady Stomp, anything like that. You can just come out from underneath and punish them for it. Another tactic that I like to use. This is a bit risky and it's going to require you to have some understanding of the situation around you. But basically, if your cooldowns aren't where you want them to be, right now I have no alpha and no beta, you can just flick out the gamma. If you don't think there's any risk of a mirror around coming from underneath you, you can throw out the gamma and then basically let it ride out as long as you can to try and use that time to let your alpha and or beta come back. See the way I'm just letting that ride out? But of course, be wary because some people might run into your space and hit you directly. Some people might have moves that counter it. So again, when you use that, you're going to have to be very careful of what's around you, and you're going to have to take that risk that you think it's a good time to do that. Alright, what else have we got? Over here was a good part. So again, that shigaraki there. The good thing about the alpha charge and why you see me use it a lot is because it allows me to not only go further with my hit, but it allows me to survey where I want to be within the next second of it. Because I can charge the alpha, I can look at their pattern of movement and then make my decision on where I want to finally, unleash myself in the direction of from that. If I just pressed alpha for a tap, not only do I have to take the risk of trying to get all of my attacks in where I could be taking damage at that point, but it might not be the best time to move in that very split second. So I charged it there. Here, remember in the training I showed you that little combination? Obviously the terrain there screwed me over. But again, combo, and then into the alpha. So it works against a lot of people. But again, terrain can screw you over a bit like it did to me there. Oh yeah, check this out. This is crazy basic combo tracking. What the hell is that? That is terrible. That is terrible. At that moment, I felt as if every negative comment I ever made towards My Hero Ultra Rumble has actually been heard by the devs, and they've got a special button at their headquarters that they can press to just make things go wrong for me. So yeah, hopefully you guys are picking some things up so far in this video, be it at the first match, be it at the training area, or be it in this part of the video. Like I said, if you at least learn 1 or 2 things, I'll be happy. Or if it at least clears up a few things for you, that will also make me happy. So this video is purely made for those of you who are struggling with Mirio. It's not going to make you a master, but it might help push you toward that direction. This area is really nice for his beta. It's almost like catered to it. Going to show you again. Remember, I'm telling you with your alpha, you want to anticipate where they're going to go when you use the charge alpha. The normal alpha is more about when you want to go there straight away, but the charge alpha is where you anticipate where they're going to go. This deku, I'm looking at him. I know he wants to get cover because he's weak. Where do people go for cover when they're weak? They try to go inside somewhere. So when I'm aiming my alpha, I'm keeping that in mind. And you're going to be able to see how I use the, the assumption of what I think he's going to do by aiming where I think he's going to be before he's even there, and then I'm going to get what I want from it. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys to do when you're aiming your alpha, at least the charged one. Just like that. Nice. Again, a nice time to use that gamma. I feel like sometimes people use the gamma too defensively. The gamma defensively is okay, but it's not really that good. Most of the time, if I'm being honest, I think the gamma is going to land you in trouble because it puts a big target on your back and everyone is going, oh, he's right there. As soon as that shield is over with, I'm going to hit that guy. Or I'm going to go inside that shield and I'm going to start humping his leg. You know, that's basically what you're signaling to people to think about you. So what I would say is use your gamma more offensively. Even though it is a shield, it can hurt people and it's going to be more useful to you offensively most times than it is going to be defensively. Not to say there is no use in it defensively, but just more often than not, you should be using it aggressively rather than passively. A good time to do that is when you're above a person, or you know, they think either they're going to come towards you and you want to, you know, lure them in to get hit by it, or you're above someone and you want to land down onto somebody with the gamma. So I had height on him here. See, like right there is when I kind of realized, okay, this gamma is going to shoot me down to the ground. I have a good chance of hitting him. Bang, and I hit him. And that's level 3, so that's not even as big as it could be yet. So if you're directly above someone, or somewhat above someone, if you hit that gamma, you're going to fly straight down to ground level, and bang, you're going to pop that shield and hopefully you can get a hit off. See, again, that's I didn't hit that, but you guys watching would understand that it should have been a hit, or at least you know that by the metric of how you're aiming that alpha, it was aimed correctly. So whether or not it should have hit, but you guys will understand the way that you want to aim your alpha. If they're running straight, aim straight. If they're running left or right, you're going to have to temper that a little bit ahead of them because you're going to need to meet them at a crossing point. And a lot of times when people are attacking as well, they slow down. Whether they're aiming down sights, whether they have to stop in motion to do a move. So that is also, you saw it in the first match, I spoke about it briefly. That's also something to take into account as well when you're aiming that alpha. Be it the, you know, the charged one or the uncharged one. That was nice. Sometimes you can anticipate when someone wants to do something like that to you. So I knew on wake up he was probably going to try something, so I waited for him to get up, then I used my special action to make him not only miss, but waste the quirk. That's a thing as well. Not only does that special action can cause people to miss you, but the added benefit is, now he has no beta for a bit. So it can make them waste a move, which can be the difference between you winning a skirmish or losing a skirmish, them not having access to a certain move anymore for the duration of your battle. And sometimes I make it so obvious, like the way I just ran up to him, it's almost like I was a noob, like I was asking for him to hit me. That's the way you need to sometimes lure people in. Don't be doing all of this Mission Impossible movement around him. When he gets up, he's not going to try and hit you, he's going to think, you know, F that. But I was basically, you know, begging for a hit. You know, I was making myself so open that I could lure him in to waste that quirk using my special action. And then I utilized the combo into alpha trick. The combo didn't work, you know, splendidly, but again, it just goes to show you it will take people by surprise. Because once you enter the combo, a lot of people, they just give up, like, okay, I'm in for the long run with this combo. So even though they get like a slight moment to maybe get out of it, a lot of them won't take it. Alright, coming to the end now. Another thing as well for your beta. When you use the beta, similar to the alpha, if you go directly to where someone is while they're moving, when you use the beta, a lot of the time, by the point where you come out of the ground for the uppercut, if they've been moving relatively quickly, by the time you come out of the ground, they're not in that circle anymore. It happens to me, happens to you probably, happens to a lot of people. when you're using that beta, you want to, again, similar to the alpha, you want to put it a bit ahead of them because you want them to walk into the beta. You don't want them to walk past the beta because, again, unless they're moving very slowly or they're in a standstill, if you were to go directly under them, they're probably going to have moved toward wherever they're going initially, and that's going to take them, even if they don't even realize it, it's going to take them out of the beta's range a lot of the time. So watch how I try to get ahead of him before I unload this. I don't try to go to where, like, you know, the crease between his two legs are, right, you know, behind him or to the center of him. I try to go a bit ahead of him, sorry. Like that. You see, when I stopped ahead of him. And then as I came out, it was right on the money. So if I went a bit behind him, or I went right to the center of him, there's a good chance I missed that. Or he realizes and he goes for a roll and that roll takes him out of there. But by going a little bit ahead of them, another good thing as well, I used the alpha to get into the sky, charged up into the air. That gives me a viewing point of everyone around me. And then I can decide, do I want to use an alpha? Do I want to use a gamma? Do I want to use a beta? In this one, I got a vantage point, and from the vantage point, I decided beta is my option. Turned out to be the correct one, because again, came out for a hit. And then while he was in the air, punished him with an alpha. And, you know, I was just landing on this guy by that point. He was completely overwhelmed. Just landing on that guy at will. The beta is a good thing to use as well. Like, you have a lot of options when someone's recovering, because the beta, it will make you invulnerable to whatever they want to do straight off the bat, and it could leave them open for a counterattack immediately after getting up. And also with the beta, you have the option to go straight away, come out of the ground with it, or to hold on to that beta for a bit and swirl around before you make your decision straight after they wake up. So, multiple things to think about there. So again, use your alphas, a bit like Bakugo's special action. You know, if you have 3, you can go up into the air, get a look of the land, see, you know, where you want to go from there. As for leveling up, I would say, if it were me, level up your alpha to 7 because you want to get 3 charges. 3 charges on your alpha is a game changer. Then once you hit level 7 on your alpha, then go to beta. Maybe get that to, you know, level 9. Get it to level 4, get it to level 9, whatever you want to do. And you can get your gamma to level 4 afterwards. So if it were me, I would go alpha 7, beta 4 or 9, depending on how I'm feeling. And then gamma to 4. And if I went beta to 4, and then went to gamma to 4, then I take my beta to 9. But the priority is alpha, beta, gamma. It's good in that sense because it's straightforward. It's like 1, 2, 3. So get that alpha to 7. Don't worry about getting it to 9. As long as you get it to 7, then you can play around with whatever after that. But you want them 3 charges. The extra damage after that isn't going to be that crazy, really. So you're going to want to improve your beta after that. So that's what I would say. And yeah, hopefully that, guys, gave you some information on Mirio. From the first game to the training to this analytical one. Hopefully you guys learned something and it will improve your winning success with Mirio. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you on the next one.